My dear friend, wish you a happy Diwali. This book written by me, known as Discriminated Hindus by VIJAY. It is available on Amazon, Flipkart, and search on Google. And you also purchase from SHASWAT publication, BILASPUR. Discriminated Hindus, Indian subcontinent, VIJAY. SHASWAT publication, BILASPUR. You can see this is not correct. So, SHASWAT publication, BILASPUR. You can see this. SHASWAT publication, BILASPUR. So I will tell you some content of this book. How the Islam devastated the Indian culture in the Indian subcontinent. This book shows the reality of discrimination of Hindus and appeasement of minority at the cost of majority Hindus, and many constitution provisions are against Hindus and biased behavior against Hindus by many governments. How the Christian missionaries are trying to change the demography of tribal belts of Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, and Odisha, mainly and mass genocide of Kashmiri Hindus, and how the peace-loving groups as Zoroastrians and Hindus were killed by terrorists in past and previous by radicalized Islamic groups. So let's take me some drink. Now I will read some content of this book. You can purchase Discriminated Hindus by Vijay Kumar Pal. So I want to try to describe the purpose of this book. This book is the reflection of Hindus' discrimination by politically, socially, and psychologically. Every fact in this book is correct and no position of challenge by anybody. This book has written without any prejudice to anybody, but this book reflects all those facts which are discriminatory against Hindus, and all discrimination have taken from the written literature analysis by me. Certainly, Hindus are most sufferers in India by so-called pseudo-secular. So please read this with best wishes to all. This book was published 1st August 22. Discriminate Hindus in the Indian subcontinent. So today I will tell you about the Neokhali rat. India gained sovereignty on 15 August 1947. This was the power transfer to Congress. Country division was the resultant of covetousness of Congress and Muslim League. They respected the bloodbath of both sides. Population means there was not a fair policy to save their life, but only engaged to take pleasure of power, and those people became the fortune maker of India who never feels a pattern on their bodies. Many rights were in organized way at the time of independence. Mainly targets were innocent people on both sides. Noakhali riots were before just direct action plan managed by the Muslim League at the time of Chief Minister Soharwardi details as below. So we will try to describe the Noakhali riots, which was the mass genocide of Hindus by the Muslims. The Noakhali riots were a series of semi-organized massacre, rape, abduction, and forced conversion of Hindus to Islam, looting the properties of Hindus by Muslims continuously in the district Noakhali, in Chittagong Commissionary, in in East Bengal, now in Bangladesh, in October-November 1946. Riots affected the Ramganj, Begumganj, Raipur, Changalania, Sentry police station near Khali. Massacre of Hindu population on 10th October 1946, ignoring that it was the day of Lakshmi Puja and continued a way. These people demanded to USA not bombing in Ramzan and Eid. This is not double standard. Hundreds of Hindus, women raped and forcibly convert to Islam. Hindus were forced to pay subscription to Muslim League and jizya, but Muhammad Ali Jinnah did not interfere in this matter, and people were spared for dying. Direct action plan. Story was the order of Soharwati, Chief Minister of United Bengal. 50,000 Hindus were murdered. Hindus women were raped in the thousand number and the converted to Islam by force. This was the start killing of plan of Muhammad Ali Jinnah for partition of India, and Aligarh Muslim University was the center of fostering anti-India and anti-Hindu sentiment as in present also. AMU was founded by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan in 24th May 1875 as Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College of Aligarh. Became in 1920 to 1920 as Aligarh Muslim University or known as AMU. A part of Aligarh Muslim University, major role in India division, we can understand that Muhammad Ali Jinnah portrait is the hall of AMU Student Union. Muhammad Ali Jinnah was the person who said on 16 August 1946 that there would be a direct action day and one Congress. We do not want war. If you want war, we accept your offer unhesitantly. Hesitantly. We will either have divide India or destroy India. And this is the real habit of the Muslims who are trying to devastate the whole world, not only India. All of us know Muslim League was protecting the right of Muslims along with Mahatma Gandhi. Everybody has right to protect his interest, but not at the cost of lives of Hindus, and Muhammad Ali Jinnah did the same. Actually, division of India movement started from Aligarh and center place was Aligarh Muslim University. All India Muslim League was formed in university guidance, and this was the beginning of the Tehreek Pakistan. It is amazing that majority of Muslims in Punjab, Sindh and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province Muslim League was known, but in Hindi Belt and Hyderabad, Bengali Muslim vote for Muslim League, and these Urdu speaking people not want in not want in majority which are responsible for partition of India and raised slogan Pakistan Zindabad in Sahinbad with the help of leftist party. Although Bengali Muslim also played a pivotal role in the culmination of this movement and they had to fight for this molested their women by the Punjabi Muslims and killing by the hands of Pakistani army dominated by the Punjabi Muslims. Only Indian part Urdu speaking Muslim vote for Pakistan whenever Muslim of Pakistan voted for Congress. Note for Muslim League, Aligarh Muslim University teachers and the students actively support the partition of India. And it is irony that Indian government has given the special status to the Aligarh Muslim University as minority institution. However, secular country means a state without any discrimination and to not to give any special status as Aligarh Muslim University or others. A secular state of India has an anti-secular institution. Those Muslim leaders did not go to Pakistan because they had no choice for them due to majority of Punjabi Muslim leaders and Jinnah personally had overwhelming impression in the mind of Muslims. Rather, Urdu-speaking Muslims were feared from Punjabi Muslims. So here Muslims are not by the choice, but due to this there was no acceptance to the Urdu-speaking Muslim comparatively to the Punjabi Muslims. Some same attitude now reflects against these Urdu-speaking persons in Pakistan and Muhajir Qawmi movement leader Altaf Hussain is living in London as a refugee since 1992. Congress party was always more bold before the Muslim League, but Muslim League was more virulent and responsible of partition. Ultimately, culmination of this demand of partition was origin of the Pakistan. Next. अल्लामा इकबाल wrote सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा in 1908 when he was the nationalist, although it is very hard to say what happened to Mr. Iqbal in future. He showed that a Muslim first is Muslim more than any human and Iqbal was not happy with this song after partition. He was so passionate that doctrine of Islam that Allah has always loved to Muslims. Means Allah has disparity with Kafirs and even killed the Kafirs after months of Ramzan, Al-Tawbah at number 5 of Quran. So every non-Muslim not forget good Muslim or other. A Muslim is always follower of Quran, Masjid and Hadith. The merits of the partition. We should know that this was the only the partition on religion and cult basis. That is Islam is a cult and Sanatana Dharma is religion. Cult means that beliefs privilege after the death of their mentors or during the mentor's life, as Buddhism, Jainism, and so on. Partition process must be steady and in a peaceful process, but up to partition at least 2 million killings, most of them were Hindu Sikhs, either by the hand of the British or by the Muslims as in Caliphate movement. Direction in Noakhali and Mokla are the main example of cruelty of the Muslim in Indian subcontinent. Some killing of Muslim is due to resentment, but in most killings, beginner was Muslim. In partition, Hindu and Sikh women were molested in a way nobody can say with words, and their dead bodies along with the children and men by a train. There was no single instance that any Muslim woman was molested by any Hindu Sikh. This is the greatness of Sanatani Vedic religion. Because in Vedic culture, looted women, children are not mal a ganimat. And Vedic religion does not allow this. I am talking of doctrine, however, as an individual basis, many demons are present, but is not recognized in Vedas and other cults. Gandhiji could not stop it, means though non-violence is a great tool for peace, but it is only applicable when both sides are agreed. Many violence movements were organized by Muslims against Hindus. Even Gandhiji took part in Caliphate movement in which thousands of Hindus' lives were ended without any cause, and even Gandhiji supported this movement. Some people are crying for Nathuram Godse, but these are not killing by Gandhiji indirectly. An open debate may be organized in India, place to place. Nation is always great, and India existed from 1,000 years or 15,000 years ago. So, a nation had a son but not father, because if nation is then we are, otherwise nothing. Gandhiji's murder. Gandhiji was on one day strike decision for passed on in between 13th to 7th January 1948 to release the payment of Pakistani share, second installment of 55 crores. Though first installment of 20 crores has been released to Pakistan, second installment was withheld by Indian government due to Pakistan had started a war over Kashmir and goons of Pakistan were entered in Kashmir. Gandhiji never gone on a strike in favor of Hindu externally. So under pressure of Gandhiji release of 55 crores, Nehru and Nathuram Vinayak Godse, who was the 13 years old as per journal perception, and his colleagues intercooperated this sequence of events to case of Gandhiji controlling power and hurtling India on the very first day of strike. Godse and his colleagues began planning to assassinate Gandhiji, and his ultimately Gandhiji was assassinated on 30th January 1948 by Nathuram Godse. A Sikh Pawan Brahman Hindu of Maharashtra, Gandhiji was so obstinate that when Muslims were killing the Hindus, he always stand in the Muslim home and said that Hindus are cowards and Muslims are brave people. This is the truth. 99% Muslims of India converted from Hindus due to fear of thought. Though, though properties were distributed by Mughals, those Hindus, but after conversion, because there was only one option, embrace Islam or death. So some Hindu converted into Islam, means coward Hindus were converted to Islam, but now all Hindus are those. Dear forefathers were brave and did not adopt Islam, but fought bravely. So this is the matter of common sense. Hindus are much brave, but our father of the nation did not understood this simple aspect. The Caliphate movement was against in favor of Caliphate Muslim kingdom against the power of the church. Gandhiji thought if we will help Muslim kingdom, they will do combined fight in the freedom movement of India. Whereas in Turkey, an open mind Mustafa Kemal Pasha or Kemal Atatürk, father of Turkey, was leader of the Turkish War of Independence against Khalid for democracy. Gandhiji supported this along with Maulana Muhammad Ali Zohar, Muhammad Ali and his brother Shaukat Ali, Hakim Azmal Khan and others. It is surprising aspect, though Gandhiji was secular, but he fought with radicalized people in Calicut movement. This is not proof that Gandhiji took many contradictory and sur- surprising decision and rendering this bloodbath of Hindus was a gift from Calicut leader. All Indians, especially Hindus, must know that Caliphate movement was against the Kemal Ataturk of Turkey, who wanted democracy in Turkey. Caliphate movement was only for Islamic empire, that is, Ottoman kingdom or empire. Hence, established the Islamic empire was the prime aim to establish the Shariat law, which is dead against any religion except Muslims. Gandhiji and Indian National Congress was supported the Caliphate movement. However, this movement was solely for Muslims. But Gandhiji was supported that movement in 1921 to 1940. Intelligent Hindus know it because their forefathers were murdered by Hyder Ali and the Tipu Sultan in southern Malabar and Madras presidency. Support of Caliphate movement was the culmination of the mass genocide of the Hindus. If Gandhiji might be held reading Sharia, then anyhow he never support Caliphate movement. However, it may be he read Quran and Hadith in this Caliphate movement, which was supported by Gandhiji, and after this killing of Hindus, Gandhiji was solely responsible indirectly. We can say that Gandhiji doctrine was failed. 10,000 people lost their lives due to a wrong decision of Indian National Congress under the leadership of Gandhi. Support of Caliphate movement was the great discrimination against Hindus by Indian National Congress and Gandhiji as the allies of the mentors of Caliphate movement. In Congress, once independent, Congress might not be supported Caliphate movement, which was purely religious for Ottoman Empire against Kafir, and we should know Hindus are also Kafir as per Quran. Gandhiji was himself a Kafir, this is why his one son embraced Islam and became non-Kafir. And this is the other thing. Ultimately, he reconverted to himself as a Hindu Kafir. This is a great incident, rather great accident due to wrong dividing of Gandhiji, who dug out the own grave with our hand on behalf of the mass killing of Hindus. Whenever this movement was totally for Islamic supremacy in world, this step of Gandhiji also made surprise to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar ji, for which because this movement was there is no space for non-Muslims. This is the blunder was committed by the Indian National Congress and Gandhiji. Gandhiji never said a single word to leader of a Caliphate leader as Ali, Multiar and others. This restless negative support to Caliphate by Gandhiji was useless, a result because Mustafa Kemal Ataturk won and Caliphate was ultimately end. It is also most amazing fact that Gandhiji was fighting against Hindus indirectly to support Caliphate. Because it was also against Kafir and Hindus according to doctrine of Quran are Kafir. If Ottoman kingdom might be established in the world, Sharia might be enforced throughout the world, which is always against non-Muslims. This was the great discrimination of Hindus by Indian National Congress and Gandhiji. Gandhiji greatness or six blender. I will tell you only six blender, then we will close this live stream. Chasing Netaji away. Gandhiji always was supported Nehruji, though Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose won twice at the presidential election of Indian National Congress. Second time Netaji won against Pattabi Sitaramaiah, who was Gandhiji's vice candidate in 1939. Although Netaji was ill, but due to Gandhiji's rigidness, election was held. Netaji came on a stretcher and defeated the Gandhiji candidate. The leadership has passed to Netaji from Gandhiji. However, instead of taking it gracefully, Gandhiji can play the intense and foul politics and ultimately Netaji was to resign. This work cannot be of a Mahatma. Installing Nehru as a prime minister, the second blunder. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was the charismatic leader at that time, as he's been twice the presidency with the Indian National Congress. Hidden facts are that Gandhiji was so passionate with Nehruji that although when at the time of the transfer of power of Indians by British government, inside caste voting for prime ministership, there was three candidates in race. A Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, B. J.P. Kripalani, C was Jawaharlal Nehru. There were result of voting was Nehruji finished third in the race, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was winner, Kirpalani was second. Gandhiji was so stuffed with Nehruji became first Prime Minister of India, though he was nevertheless standing in front of Patel and Subhash Chandra Bose. Gandhiji world was very slow, world was very small, restricted only with Nehruji and his life. Fact is that without Gandhiji, Nehru was nothing, and after becoming Prime Minister, Gandhiji was only something for Nehruji. Nehruji was totally indecisive on the Kashmir issue, and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel made us secured us in Kashmir. Otherwise, whole Kashmir would be in Pakistan. China annexed the Assaichin. Nehru was refused to use Indian Air Force, and however, Indian Air Force was superior to China Air Force. After losing oxygen, Nehru said oxygen is desert, nothing grew here. Then opposition leader, perhaps the late Mahathir Tyagi, pointed out that nothing grew on Nehru's head too. Nehru also formed non-aligned movement, however it was uh, hypocritical because India was firmly linked with the USSR, now main part known as Russia, and rest was disintegrated in many countries. And even Nehruji refused to import of weapons to nation defense, so six members of cabinet quit out of 10. So we can imagine this was the only imposing dynasty of Nehru Gandhi on the public of country, and public are facing stinger of Kashmir. It might be possible there was fear in Nehru mind of losing the prime minister post. A fight would be for long time, and India suffered loss in war. So this is why Nehruji was not interested in a Saikin and in Hyderabad construction, imposing Nehruji public paying the price of this blunder. Gandhiji non-violence. Gandhiji non-violence movements were good, but he could not control the movements. All the movements which were non-violent as opposition of Rowlatt Act in 1990, but ultimately it was turned in violent agitation from the side of British police, rendering 400 deaths in the Amritsar Jallianwala Bagh on the day of Baisakhi, rendering 400 deaths in Amritsar Jallianwala Bagh massacre, and British police did not pay respect of Gandhiji. Although after independence, Clement Richard Attlee, Prime Minister of United Kingdom of Labour Party, told too many times that real hero of independence of India are Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Udham Singh and Sardar Bhagat Singh, not Gandhiji. Actually, British government was afraid of revolt in army, and with the conspiracy, Netaji was declared as war criminal. So they put entered in India even after independence, and no inquiry had been placed by the contemporary or after the by the Indian government. Certainly, British government was happy with Gandhiji because a single patent did not fix by this tiny word of Gandhiji restricted to certain leaders. Same was happened when he supported Caliphate movement which was against the Kafirs indirectly or the non-believers in Allah, by Ottoman Kingdom of Turkey, and due to this caliphate movement in Malabar region of Kerala, thousands Hindus were killed by the Muslims and Gandhiji kept mum. Gandhiji always was supported the anti-Hindu sentiment consciously or unconsciously. Meaning of truth. Mahatma Gandhi was a truth lover, but we can say this if only person speaks truth and he must be assert moral values and reality of that time. But Gandhiji always neglected his agenda. A. When Subhash Chandra Bose was born in 1939 election of President of Congress, Gandhiji forced to resign Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose in his ill health. This was against the truth. Truth means reality of any time, that time, but Gandhiji rejected the truth due to his stubbornness. Truth was that Caliphate movement was in Turkey, total Islamic supremacy or kingdom in the world, against Kafir for enforcement law of Sharia. It suspected he was follower of Sanatana Vedic Dharma. Due to his support of Caliphate movement, thousands of Hindus were killed by the Muslims. But Mahatma Gandhi neglected this reality. This proved he was not a visionary man and could not understand the reality of the movement. So this was the also discrimination of Hindus. Fundamental rights of living Gandhiji was responsible for killing the Hindus in Caliphate movement internationally. But he never took pardon from Hindus for this ethnic cleansing. So indirectly he denied the truth. So the next part we will describe in the another लाइव स्ट्रीम सो अगर ये असुद्दीन ओवैसी जी कहते हैं बाई चॉइस यहाँ है असुद्दीन ओवैसी इज नॉट बाई चॉइस बट ही नोज दैट द मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द पाकिस्तानी मुस्लिम is the majority of the Pakistani Muslims made from the Punjabi Muslims and Punjabi Muslims never can be of such type the Assuddin Owaisi and such type of Muslims. This is not the right choice of these Muslims because these Muslims are now in uh, in very uh, in sad condition. Altaf Hussain has to fled away to the Britain, the Mohajir Muslims. So this is not the choice of the Muslims that they should go to Pakistan, but they are coward Muslims who never went to Pakistan because they know the majority of the Punjabi Muslims will overwhelm, will overpower the Assuddin Owaisi and his forefather. This is not the choice of the Muslim. ये जितने भी कहते हैं मुस्लिम हम अपनी चॉइस से मुस्लिम हैं हम अपनी चॉइस से यहाँ गए ये डरपोक लोग हैं इसलिए नहीं गए कि पाकिस्तान में 60% जो पंजाबी मुस्लिम है उन्हीं का राज चल रहा है सेना में उनका व्यवस्था है वहाँ पख्तून भी परेशान थे बलोच भी परेशान है तो इन मुहाजिरों की क्या औकात होती तो जो इंडिया में रह के ही बोलते हैं कि हम इसलिए नहीं गए कि वहाँ हम बाई चॉइस इंडिया है तुम बाई चॉइस नहीं हो तुम्हारी कभी चॉइस ही नहीं रही तुम्हारे फोर फादर्स की चॉइस नहीं रही तुम्हारी फोर फादर्स की जो औरतें थी उनको जबरदस्ती रेप किया बलात्कार किया और उससे अवैध संतानों का जन्म हुआ जो मुसलमान कहलाए और तलवार के बल से जिनको सलवार पहनाई दी गई हो उनकी चॉइस क्या हो सकती है तुम्हारी तो चॉइस जब से ही नहीं रही जब से तुमने इस्लाम को एम्ब्रेस किया तो ये सबसे बड़ा ये झूठ बोलते हैं कि बाई चॉइस इंडिया में रह गए बाई चॉइस मुस्लिम है ये कड़वा सत्य है कि आप बाई चॉइस नहीं गए आप आपको डर था क्योंकि आप डरे हुए उन कायर हिंदुओं की औलाद हो जिन्होंने भी इस्लाम को एम्ब्रेस किया तो आपको डर था कि वहाँ पंजाबी मुस्लिम आप पर हावी हो जाएंगे हालांकि पंजाबी मुस्लिम भी उन कायर हिंदुओं की औलाद हैं जिनकी माँ बहनों के साथ बलात्कार किए गए और अवैध संतानों का जन्म हुआ और जबरदस्ती मुसलमान बनाया गया तो ये कहना कि हम बहादुर हैं ये बड़ी बेवकूफ़ी होगी तुम कावर्ड और ग्रीडी हो और तुम पिक एंड चूज पॉलिसी वाले लोग हो जो जो अपने जो जो ह्यूमनिटी का नहीं हुआ जो समाज को दो दुनिया दो हिस्सों में बांटने वाली जो कल्ट हो उससे आप कभी भी अच्छाई की उम्मीद नहीं कर सकते तो भाई बाई चॉइस नहीं गए आपके पास कोई चॉइस ही नहीं थी आप चले जाइए कौन रोक रहा है आपको आप जा नहीं सकते कि वहाँ पंजाबी मुस्लिम का बोलबाला है पाकिस्तान की 10-12 करोड़ पॉपुलेशन पंजाबी मुस्लिम है 20-22 करोड़ में आधे से ज्यादा है 50% तो है और सारे उन्हीं का बोलबाला है वो अकेला बहुत बड़ा बल्क ग्रुप बनाते हैं तो आपकी चॉइस नहीं थी आपकी चॉइस जब भी नहीं थी जब आपको जबरदस्ती तर्क और अरब ने जबरदस्ती आपको मुसलमान बनाया आपके फोरफादरों को मुसलमान बनाया चाहे वो कश्मीर के मुसलमान हो चाहे इंडिया के हो सब कॉन्टिनेंट के कई के मुसलमान हो आपकी जिंदगी में कभी चॉइस आई नहीं आप दूसरों के तलवार के बल पर दूसरों के टुकड़ों पर पले हुए लोग हो आपके स्वाभिमान आपके फोरफादर के स्वाभिमान मर चुके थे इसी की वजह से या तो मजबूरी में या कायरता की वजह से जो भी समझो या ग्रीडनेस से तो आप लोगों की जो पीढ़ियां हैं आपका जो विगत इतिहास देखा जाएगा तो आपका इतिहास इतना पाक साफ नहीं था ना तुम कितने आप इतने बोल्ड थे कभी कि आप इस तरह की बातें कर सकें ये बातें आपके मुंह से सुबह नहीं देखी कायरों के हाथ में न तलवार अच्छी लगती है न कायरों की जबान पर आए हुए वीरता के शब्द अच्छे लगते हैं ये सिर्फ वीरता को शर्मसार करने वाली बातें आप बोला करते हो इसी के साथ मैं इसकी स्ट्रीम को एंड करता हूँ भाई इस वीडियो को शेयर चैनल को सब्सक्राइब जरूर कर दिया करो वंदे मातरम। जय हिंद। मैंने अपने किताब के अंश बताए हैं, आप उसको बाजार से खरीद सकते हैं। उसमें एक एक पोल खोली गई है सब चीज़ें, और उसमें कुरान की आयतों का भी खुलासा किया गया है कि ये कहते हैं कि कुरान शांति की किताब है। कुरान की आयतें मैंने इसमें डाली, उनको भी पढ़ सकते हैं। नमस्कार, वंदे मातरम, जय हिंद।